Conditional Conundrums by Jillian Krupika and Christopher Bright.
In this lesson, we will explain how conditional statements work and give you fun ways to remember them. From mnemonic devices to fun stories, you will know conditional statements for life.
They may seem complex at first, but after this video, you will know them like the back of your hand. This statement is what we will be dissecting into the main points you have to learn. If it is raining, then you take the bus.
Let's start with the basics. The conditional statement is broken up into two parts, the cause and the effect. The cause is represented by letter P, and the effect is known as letter Q.
There are four kinds of conditional statements. The first is the starting sentence, known as the direct statement. This is represented as P arrow Q. If it is raining, then you take the bus. The if it is raining part is the P, and Q represents you taking the bus.
The arrow represents the then of this sentence. This is what separates the cause and the effect. This statement can be broken down into these simple terms: if P, then Q.
The second statement is still positive. We call it the converse. All you have to do is switch the order. The idea of the sentence is the same, the order is just switched.
If you take the bus, then it is raining. This would be Q, then P, instead of if P, then Q. The third type of sentence is called an inverse. These statements are negative, however, the P and the Q are in the same order as the direct statement.
The symbol that we use to identify the not, or the negative, is the squiggly sign. This sign will be placed in front of the P or the Q to justify what the sentence says. For example, if it is not raining, then you do not take the bus. Squiggly sign P, arrow, squiggly sign Q.
The fourth and final statement is called a contrapositive. This statement is the least like the direct statement. The first thing that changes is the order, just like the converse.
So you would have Q, arrow, P. You also have to make both statements negative, like the inverse. The final statement for this would be squiggly line Q, arrow, squiggly line P, stated as, if you do not take the bus, then it is not raining.
To remember these, we put them in order of how we stated them in this video. D, C, I, C, direct statement, converse, inverse, and contrapositive.
The mnemonic device that we have made to remember this order is Dan cooks in college. Always remember that the first two are positive and the last two are negative.
Just like cooking is fun and positive, but schoolwork is work and negative. So when you say Dan cooks in college, you will be able to remember these statements.
Let's review the symbols. The arrow represents the then part of the statement. It comes in between the two parts of the sentence and helps it flow.
The P represents the cause, and the Q represents the effect. The cause is that it is raining, and the effect is that you take the bus.
The final symbol is the not symbol. When this is placed in front of a P or a Q, it shows that they are not P and or not Q.
Let's practice. The direct statement is, if I go to school, then I learn. What would be the contrapositive?
Pause the video and answer as a class.
The contrapositive of this statement is, if I do not learn, then I do not go to school.
Now another one. What is the converse of this statement?
Pause the video again to try it on your own.
The converse would be, if I learn, then I went to school.
Last one. What is the inverse of this statement?
Pause the video one last time.
The inverse would be, if I do not go to school, then I do not learn. Great job.
Now you know conditional statements. Hopefully you'll never be stuck in a conditional conundrum again. Bye!